Let's save it in the desktop itself and give it as name as unlink contact. Save it. Okay. So now coming to here, the function name is DeSelect Contact and selected items here. So this selected item is nothing but you saw in the ribbon workbench here, we have given the selected control selected items ID, right? So for this one we need to define only as a selected items here. Okay, suppose if you have given primary control or some whatever you have added in the ribbon workbench, same thing you need to pass it here in the JavaScript function as well. So the selected items, it is taking an array of all the selected item IDs and all. Okay, it is taking it as a parameter. Now if we see another one, it is checking if the record whatever in the subgrid, if the record is selected or not, if it is more than 0 or not. If it is at least 1 or more than 1, then only it is going to the next condition. Okay, then before moving towards any performing any operation, it is asking, I have added one dialog, confirm dialog box or alert anything. You can simply add whether are you sure you want to unlink the contact or contact and the account. It will ask. If you click on OK button, then only it is going to another process. If you cancel it, then it's going to stop there itself. So once this confirm dialog is passed, it is looping through each record, selected record of that contact ID in the selected item ID is this one. Okay, and then it is logging the contact ID. If you come here in the console, we are also showing whatever the selected ID, the GU ID we are showing in the console. And after that, we are constructing a web API endpoint for updating that contact record. So if you see here, endpoint I have given as api.data.version 9.2 / whatever your entity name is plus contact ID replace. These are for constructing the endpoint. So the main thing to note here is version 9.2. So in case if you are using Dynamics 365, which is having lower version or higher version, simply you can go here and this one. Hold on. Here we have, right, in the customization, if you go, we have a developer resource. So from here you need to verify if there is another version. If you can see here, version 9.2. In case if it is version 9.0 or 9.1 whatever, you need to change it here. Otherwise it is going to show you error while patching something out. It is going to throw you error. Okay. Now once we have constructed this endpoint, it is preparing the data to update the account ID field to null. Okay, it is just removing the connection, unlinking here. And here finally it is using the web API to update the contact record, whatever we have selected. If it is successful, then it logs a success message, and then it refreshes the page so that the current data is reflected in the subgrid, and also it will show the alert alert here like contact record have been successfully deselected. Now in case if none of them are happening, so we are also handling the error. Okay, so suppose here it is showing if log, what is it, so it is showing if there is any error while selecting the record, then it is going to throw the error message in the console. Same way for deselection operation, for each step I have added here in case if it is not performing the operation. So while in the developer mode, we'll be able to see where we are facing the issue. Okay, now here we need to note down the 3 items. Whenever you can use the same code as it is, just remember to change your entity name and the subgrid name. Okay, so here we have the entity name as contact. This is the out of the box contact. Okay, out of the box contact entity. Another one is account. Where is account? This one is account, and the last one is subgrid. So here I have given a name as subgrid. Now we are going to create a subgrid in the account form so that the button will be reflected there. Okay, so now let's copy this first. Here I think we were about to create a JavaScript. Go to JavaScript. Let's give a new name. Let's give it a name as business. Display name Dynamics. Select your tag as JavaScript text editor. Put here. Okay, remember your subgrid name, whatever it is there, it should be placed correctly. Entity name as well as a subgrid name. So subgrid name, right now I have not created a subgrid, but still I have given Now I'm going to create a subgrid. Okay, it can happen both ways. Either you have created it earlier or you are going to create later on. Anything is fine. So save it. Let's publish it. Now here, let's go to the entities, and we have it in the account entity in the form. I think sales insight by default, it will be shown in the account. And here I'm going to add the subgrid. Okay, so we already have some data here, account information section and all. I'm just going to add one new tab. Where is it? One column tab we have here. And now in this one, let's just put the subgrid. Okay, and the name was contact, right? Contact underscore contact subgrid. Okay, here the name should match. And label contact records. I'm going to show all record types, and I want contact, so select your contact here, contacts, and I want it to be my active contact. This is fine, this is fine. Okay, display the label on the form. Yeah, so click on OK. Now you have added the subgrid here, right, in this tab. Now whatever the JavaScript we have written, that one we need to attach here. So JavaScript here we have written this one. Let's publish it, and in the form, just go on the form properties. Let's add that JavaScript here as well. So click on add, and I'm just going to search RAHA and I'll search. Okay, let's see the schema name. What is that? If you come here, not this one. Now search it. Okay, visible. Click on add. We have added it. Click on OK. Save it and publish it. So once you publish it, I think it should be visible here. Once again, let me just make it as a tab, and we have here, right? So instead of this, we can just add it here. Let's close this one. Another one, we have this JavaScript. Let's make it as a tab as well, because in the background it is publishing and it may take few seconds. Okay, so now let's come and see here. This is a solution. So if I give a hard refresh, now one tab should be visible here with that button as well, I think. Okay, hold on, let me refresh it back. Okay, now you can see a tab is visible here, right? So click on this tab, and we have these contacts linked with this account or whatever. I think this is subgrid. Okay, so now if I select it right now, this unlink is visible, but I think it's not going to trigger anything. Okay, it's not going to trigger because we have not added the JavaScript in the ribbon workbench. So come here, and in the library here we have given the selected control selected item IDs, right? So I'm going to give that one. Let's search it. Okay, and what is the function name? Function name is delete contact. Okay, DeSelect Contact. Coming here, just give it here, DeSelect Contact. Click on publish. Okay, now it will take some time to publish. Once it is published, whenever we select on this and once we click on unlink, it should unlink this contact from this account. In case if it is not happening, we are going to debug and check what is the issue. Okay, so let's hold on for a few seconds. Okay, so you can see it is finally published. And now let's go back to account. Let's give a refresh. and go to the tab, select any of this one, click on unlink. Well, nothing is happening, so hold on a second. Click on tab, okay, there was a delay in publishing that whatever the solution. So now you can see it is asking, are you sure you want to deselect, which if you come to the code, you can see here right now we are asking in the confirm dialog. Okay, and if we are going to select okay, what is happening? Nothing is happening. Okay, let me just refresh it and see if anything has changed or not. Also, let's see if let's open the developer mode. Okay, because we have given so many console messages, so it should show what is happening behind the scenes. Let's just hide these things. Okay, now I'm going to select, let's see, this one, and click on wait, these things are not our code, so click on unlink, click on OK. So the first console message is, where is it? So it is deselecting contact ID. Okay, so if you come here, okay, here we have deselecting the contact ID, this one. So if you come here and match the GUID, it should be exactly same if it's working fine. GUID here, the end is 1B1223. Okay, so here also we have 1B1. Okay, it is selecting the same GUID. Okay, now we're having the issue in the patch, which is saying that version API data. Okay, so right now it is showing patch. So let's see what is the issue now. Okay, if we see closely, it is showing that the error identified in line number, okay, this one 614, right? 14, it is not able to patch. So if we come here and if you go to 14 line number, the endpoint, while constructing that URL, it is not able to do. Okay, where is the contract? And the next one is account ID, and if we come here, it is saying that okay, account ID for more information, we have inner exceptions. Account ID was not found in the entity. Okay, so basically it is trying to say the contact entity in that subgrid contact entity does not have the field name account ID. So maybe now we need to check whether this is the correct field or not. So I think there are two solutions of this. The first one is, if you go to summary tab, let's just close the developer tool right now, and in the contact right now we are having only this first Rajnish and Kevin. Okay, but in the tab we are showing total all the records. So our purpose is to show only the linked records, right? So for that, in case if I'm going to let's say if I'm adding any record, okay, contact, new contact, and I'm giving the name as test1. Okay, test1. Now this one should be visible in that subgrid. Ignore and save. Two possible solution. It should be visible in the tab. In case if it is not visible, so the first thing is we need to change this from all records to just the related records. Okay, the related records, and here we need to have the contacts. Okay, and my active contacts. This is fine. First solution is done. Well, this is not the error actually. This is just for the best practices. We are working with the linked account and contact, so I have just corrected this one. Now here it should only show the linked one. So if we verify it, let me just refresh it. Okay, and go to the tab. Here what we have three records now, right? Kevin, Rajnish and test 11. Only those records should be visible here. Okay, this is fine, and I think the error should be still the same. If I just click on this unlink, click on OK, go to function F12. error is still, now we are going to work on that. Okay, function f12. See, developing is not a problem. We can write the code, we can configure everything. The main part is debugging. That one we should know. So not a problem, even if it takes a little bit more, that's okay. Let me just, okay, deselecting. Okay, it is the same error contact. Okay, so now if we come to the form, if we go here, the primary contact, right? So basically, even I have observed earlier, the contact ID is not the real contact ID. Mainly behind the scene, it is primary contact ID. Okay, so if we see here, the field name is loading. Here we have the details, and it is primary contact ID. We were wrong. We just gave contact IDs, but make sure whenever you are using out of the box contact, you need to use primary contact ID. So Control C, come to the code, and here you just, instead of account ID, you need to give primary, not this one. This only. Let's just change this. And what's this? Primary contact ID. Also prepare the data to update the, instead of account ID, let's give it as a primary contact ID. Okay. Now I think this is the issue. This is the issue because this code is working fine. I already checked it. Okay, this is fine. So now it should work. So just copy it. Control C, and let's go here and remove this. Go to your web resource, text editor. Control A, Control V. And let me just put something like, are you sure you want to? Let me just put 2 here just to show the updated one. Okay, click on save and publish. It should work now. So once it is published, let's come back here and let's give a hard refresh. Now if I go to the tab and select any record, related record, let's say test 11, and click on, see, one thing to notice here is only when you are selecting this at least one record, then only this button is getting visible, otherwise it's going, okay, it's hiding. So click on this one, hold on. Okay, are you sure? No, this is not the updated code because I changed the little bit of sentences there, wordings. Go to the tab. It may take 1 or 2 minutes to reflect the updated code. That's fine. Click on test 11 and unlink. Hold on, this is getting loaded. Unlink. Are you sure? Yes. See, this one I have added 2 extra in, right? So click on OK. Contact record have been successfully deselected. So refresh. Great. So this is working now. So what we have done is, see, here you can see this ID got selected, this one got deselected successfully, everything we are showing. So now just to give you an overview again, we created a subgrid. Either you can create the subgrid in summary, or I have just created a new tab and subgrid. So in the subgrid, we added a custom button. In the custom button, this one unlink, and then we created one JavaScript, which is just checking how many items are selected and just iterating through all those selected records in the array, and then it is just removing those. It is making that whatever is binded, that linking, it is just separating it. Okay, and now if it is not, if the operation is throwing any error and all, then we are showing all those details in the console.log. Okay, this is the basic functionality of the JavaScript. So you can just I'll be putting this in my blog. You can just refer that if you want to use it. Okay, then what we did in the ribbon workbench, we created one. First we installed the ribbon workbench, and then we added 2 buttons. One was in home grid, one in subgrid. In the subgrid, we added the JavaScript what we created and the function name, and in the CRM parameter we gave as selected control, selected item IDs. In case if you're giving any other like selected control or primary control, it is not going to work. For that, again, you need to come here, and instead of selected item ID, you need to give the primary control or whatever based on a requirement. So that is the whole story. In case if you are facing any error, you can just post in the comment box. I'll try to get back to you. And in case if you're looking for the code, then you can just go to my blog here, which is powerdynamics.blogspot.com. And here, like here, if you see trigger power automate also here, I usually post the code here only. Okay. Also, I'll be putting the I'll upload that JavaScript file into Drive, and I'll share the link here so that you can directly download it and edit it. So that's all for today's video. If you have any doubt, please feel free to comment. Thank you so much.